Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
That's right, it is Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. It is lunchtime, too. I see we got Michael Ditton Edwards in the house, MDE. I also got Dwayne Keene here already. Let's go, Detroit Lions football, one pride, all grit, never back down, 100%. It's time to get back on top. And I think the Kafka hire is brilliant. We already lost one passing game coordinator. The passing game started to come back a little bit with Scottie Montgomery doing it, but he's over there in Baltimore interviewing for an OC job. And I personally feel he feels slighted by the Lions because I agree with a lot of people that said he should have been our OC last year. So that might be why he's taking that interview, because you don't have to request permission when you're not in season and you're not playing in the playoff. You only got to request playoff team. Yes, Joe Brady gets a 5-year deal as Buffalo's head coach. Why? Mike McDaniel canceled his appointment. Everybody else was a disappointment. I like it and hate it at the same time. He's been calling the offense for what? Ever since Dable left, 3 years? So for right now, Mike Kafka is named senior offensive assistant. And I think it's because our tight ends coach went to Iowa State as their OC. He left mid-season, and now he's here. I think he's going to be our passing game coordinator, whether Scottie Montgomery leaves or not, because Scottie Montgomery is interviewing with the Ravens. Don't get it twisted. Drew Petzing is the OC. But the passing game coordinator draws up the plays, the passing plays that'll be called throughout the game. And he did a good job calling passing plays for one Jameis Winston. When we thought it might be Jackson Dart, we prepared for the wrong quarterback, and the defense looked like it. And we never really recovered defensively after that game. We were broken. Kirby Joseph had been out a few weeks. We did good against the Bucs without Joseph. We did good without Terrion Arnold, without DJ Reed. But let's face it, after the bye week, it was bad. We made J.J. McCarthy look but more than just pedestrian. One of the only teams to do that all year. We're at 616 subscribers, so that slow, steady growth is still happening, people. We're making it. One sub, one step, one person at a time. So I think Kafka's going to end up being our passing game coordinator and possibly either assistant OC or assistant head coach, because Scottie Montgomery was our assistant head coach. And he had to become the passing game coordinator when our tight ends coach was leaving. So let's not get it twisted. Assistants leave all the time. And when you are a good team and you have a good offense, which we did, despite having a horrible O-line, our offense was good. scoring and total yardage. Yes, the rushing yardage was down. The usage was down. Why? Our O-line sucked. Get it right. You realize we only had 300 less yards than last year, and everybody's complaining? We had 4 less touchdowns. Guess what? We had 8 more in passing because David Montgomery threw one this year. So that's a wash. And we had less turnovers, less fumbles total. Less. Less is important. So back in September, they put out a meme about Super Bowl 60. Let me get it out here because they're saying because way the hell over here underneath the sign that shows Darnold and May there, but also look who else is there. Cam Ward, Malik Neighbors, Baker Mayfield. None of those guys made the playoffs. They got Caleb Williams way out here in the back behind Justin Herbert, who didn't make it as far as him. They got TJ Watt back here with Goff. They got Brock Purdy in the back. They got Saquon Barkley in the back. Burrow and Mahomes, yeah, that's to be expected. They got Josh Allen way in the back. He made the playoffs. Lamar Jefferson, didn't they make it? Nope, they didn't. They belong right where they're at. Bijan Robinson being back here, that's normal. Justin Jefferson. There's Jaden Daniels. They got Bo Nix way back here. Way back here. Shouldn't he have been up there? So if that was a premonition, how far off was it? Because up in the front, Smoking Dad has entered the building. I just think it's a coincidence that they had May and Darnold up in the front. I don't buy in that it was a conspiracy and scripted. Yep. Who's in the Pro Bowl? Well, we know Jack Campbell is. We also know Shaduki Sanders made it as an alternate. Why? Trevor Lawrence said, I don't care about the Pro Bowl. Keep your money. I don't need that incentive. The only incentive I want is the Super Bowl. Goff is in for the NFC because Sam Darnold is going to the Super Bowl, so he won't play in it. But the Patriots got some awful news this morning. Drake May hurt his shoulder in the AFC Championship game. Prophylactic bowl, a waste of time. You want to know what I think would be the better bowl game instead of the Pro Bowl? You take if teams tie for the first pick. They should have what's called the toilet bowl. The 2 crappiest teams in the NFL battle it out. Whoever wins gets the first pick instead of tanking for it. What do you think? 2 crappiest teams in the country battle it out. I think it would be a better game than the frickin' 7-on-7 flag football game they play. I understand they're trying to grow the sport to get girls and guys interested and get it across the league to kids and around the world. It's already around the world. You don't need to promote it anymore. Let's get rid of the flag football Pro Bowl. Let's get rid of the NFL, the no fun league. Yeah, I don't like the lottery. I hate the lottery. I do believe it should be your record decides. Amen, MDE. The lottery thing doesn't work because I'm sorry, when you got a 91% chance to have, let's say they do it just like the NBA, to have your ball drawn and you're drawn 9th or 5th. Yeah, I hear you. It's because Trevor Lawrence turned it down. Probably Josh Allen too. I don't even know who. Let's go look. I'm going to look. Who are the Pro Bowl rosters? the game is this weekend. There. Complete NFC roster revealed. Quarterbacks: Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, Kyle Juszczyk for the fullback, Puka Nakua, Jackson won't be there, George Pickens, Amon-Ra St. Brown, which means we're probably going to see Devontae Adams get put in there. Trey McBride, George Kittle, and Jake Ferguson, who replaces Kittle because he's hurt, which means you're probably going to see, trying to think of a good Otten or Goddard. Offensive tackle, Penei Sewell, Tristan Wirfs, and Trent Williams is hurt, so you may see somebody fill in for him. Offensive guard, Tyler Smith, Joe Thuney, Chris Lindstrom. All those guys are available. Center, Drew Dahlman and Cam Jurgens. You knew you wouldn't see. Aiden Hutchinson, Micah Parsons is out for the year. He can't start. DeMarcus Lawrence, Jalen Carter, Leonard Williams, Quinn Williams. Outside linebacker, Brian Burns, Jared Verse, Byron Young. Inside middle linebacker, there are two. It's Jack Campbell and Zach Vaughn, and I can't say I disagree with it. Cornerbacks, J.C. Horn of Carolina, Devin Witherspoon, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, Keyshawn Nixon from Green Bay Packers, who replaces Witherspoon, and Nashawn Wright, who replaces Mitchell, because Mitchell's hurt and Witherspoon's in the Super Bowl. Free safety, Kevin Byard and Antoine Winfield Jr., and Buda Baker is the only strong safety because the other one that was voted in and can't play is hurt. One Mr. Brian Branch. Special teams, the long snapper is John Weeks of San Francisco 49ers. The punter is Tress Way. The place kicker is Brandon Aubrey. Devontae Turbin replaces Shaheed as the return specialist, and special teamer is Luke Gifford of the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, of the Gifford fame. Good afternoon, Moonscar. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, you know what? That's never going to stop happening because guess what? 9 times out of 10, bad teams in the draft lottery get those picks still. They just don't get them in the order they're supposed to. Same with the NHL. I think it's stupid. You should get what you deserve. Tanking is easier in an 82 game season or a 162 game season than it ever is in a 17 game season. Say what you want. They don't tank until they know they're. And look, we had guys that had the first pick overall win in the last week. So I don't think anybody tanked. Titans went to 4th. Jets went up to 2 because god awful they suck. Not one single interception by that defense, but that's a Pro Bowl corner at their, and also was an All Pro one year as their head coach, but couldn't get a single pick on the defense and had Sauce Gardner for 9 weeks. Get the fuck out of here. Name me one cornerback that got better the 4 years that AG was with us. One. Brian Dable is being signed to the Titans as the OC. That's a good move. Robert Saleh's head coach. Brian Dable is offensive coordinator for Cam Ward in that offense. I think so too. I think that's a great fit. Because Saleh does know how to run a defense. We've seen that this year. That defense with a bunch of nobodies because they were so hurt looked good. The safety they should have kept for the 49ers is the one that plays for the Broncos now, Hafanga. Alex Anzalone said, I haven't heard that I'm cut yet. So you don't know anything until February. Everybody gets so freaked out about all these fucking rumors. I tell you, I get. So if he's doing it right this time. Remember, he had a rookie offensive coordinator and a rookie defensive coordinator with him as he tried to be the head coach. I think he learned his lesson. You cannot have a rookie offensive coordinator when you're a defensive minded coach in your first year. And I think Aaron Glenn just learned that too. But the problem is they can't get anybody to interview with them because they're trash. Look at this. The Browns have had 6 people turn down head coaching interviews, so they're probably just going to promote Jim Schwartz by the end of the week and let him hunt for an OC and DC. So Pensing is our offensive coordinator, and I think our passing game coordinator is going to end up Kafka, unless Scottie Montgomery doesn't take the job. Schwartz, our vanilla flavor of the year. Go Brownies. Jeez. Like, hey, I think Schwartz got a raw deal. They shipped him out too soon. We had a down year due to injuries that year. They shipped him out on the year they should have resigned him and hired Caldwell. Caldwell was a safe hire. Yes, he got us wins. Yes, he had one losing season out of the 4. But what did he do in the playoffs? Poor play calling, poor time clock management. I called him Jim Scaldwell because one of those 9-win seasons, if it wasn't for 8 comeback wins by Matthew Stafford in 2 minutes or less, guess what? We'd have been 1-15. Oh, I know we should have had Dungy way back when. Before he went from didn't he go from the Bucks to the Colts? The year in between, he contacted William Clay Ford about being our coach. Yeah, and Chuck Pagano was the one that had that team rolling. He took over at the end of then. Yeah, that season in between, he contacted William Clay Ford and asked to coach Barry Sanders. Asked while we still had Herman Moore, while we still had all that there. He told him no. He told Tony Dungy no. So Tony Dungy went and suffered with the Colts for a couple of years till they drafted Peyton Manning. And the rest is history. That guy had Brad Johnson. Oh, irritated. Amen. Thank God she's got some of the Firestone blood in her. Let's put it that way. It started. It started because the guy that led the Browns section of the end zone for season ticket holders, he ran a dog pound, and so they started using like a bulldog as a mascot. They did the face kind of like Brutus the bulldog from the cartoon and painted it brown, and they called it the dog pound, and they'd bark at people. They tried to be intimidating, but it was nowhere as intimidating as Philly or the Black Hole there in Raider country. But yeah, it started a long time ago, long before I was even born. They were called the dog pound. Yeah, they used to throw literally the chicken bones and stuff. Yeah, stupid, stupid shit. There used to be a guy doing hoodoo at the Saints games until they kept losing. They were like, "Dude, you got to go." I don't know. I don't even know who the Bengals owner is, and if he did play for him, good for him. Maybe that's why they suck. I mean, Sheila Hamp literally had. Yeah, but the Saints started that before us. Don't get it twisted. The Saints were wearing bags in the '80s. We didn't start wearing them until the 2000s because of Matt Millen. The ain'ts have been ain'ts forever. They ain't gonna change. Uh, true sorry ain't. I mean Saints fans. uh, Paul. I I don't think it was a Paul Brown. There was a Paul Bryant. But yeah, he started the Browns, coached the Browns. Paul Bear Bryant, not Bearer, Bear, as in Bear. Little chilly out there today. It's only -4 with the wind chill today. So let's see if I can get the AFC roster now for us. Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Drake Mays in the Super Bowl, so you get Shaduki Sanders, Jonathan Taylor, Devin Aching, James Cook, Patrick Ricard, Jamar Chase, Nico Collins, Zay Flowers, Cortland Sutton, Brock Bowers and Travis Kelsey, Creed Humphrey, Tyler Linderbaum, Quinn, Quinn Miners, Quentin Nelson, Trey Smith, Garrett Bowles, Deion Dawkins, and Joe Alt make out your offensive starters. On defense, Will Anderson Jr., Miles Garrett, Max Crosby, Chris Jones, Jeffrey Simmons, Zach Allen, Roquan Smith, Al Aziz Al Shahir, Nick Bonito, TJ Watt, Tui Tupeloto, Patrick Surtain III, Derek Stingley Jr., Christian Gonzalez won't be there, so they're going to be promoting somebody, probably Denzel Ward. Jalen Ramsey, Kyle Hamilton, and Derwin James. Out of everybody on there, the only Patriot is Drake May and Christian Gonzalez. How nutty is that? Yeah, the Cleveland Browns own the Bengals. What, you're right. It is like we did. Oh my God, that's good. Whew. Do you guys see what I was talking about that meme where they say it's a scripted thing because they got May here and Darnold there. Over here's Cam Ward. I think that's Micah Parsons. Let me expand this so I can actually see the names. There's there's neighbors next to him, and neighbors and Mayfield is the closest to the Lombardi. And then you got Travis Hunter, Bryce Young, Jordan Love. Looks like Cameron Jordan. There's Puka Nakua, Michael Penix, 18, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jonathan Taylor, Justin Herbert, Max Crosby, Caleb Williams. Oh, that's Patrick Surtain II, Jay Jettis, Miles Garrett, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Behan Robinson, Tua turned the ball over, Dak Prescott, Goff, Watt, Mahomes, Burrow, Purdy, and Barkley. Phil Tortola, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's just because they're closest to the sign. And it's Darnold that's closest to the sign. May is closer to the trophy. But those two are the closest to the trophy there is, and Malik Neighbors and Baker Mayfield. Oh boy. He's not the offensive coordinator. Drew Pensig was signed before he was interviewed, and he is senior offensive assistant. I actually agree with it because it looks like we are losing both of the passing game coordinators from the last season, and our tight ends coach who went to Iowa State, and Scott Montgomery, who's also our assistant head coach, is interviewing for an OC job with the Baltimore Ravens. And it'll be an upgrade in pay and everything. And I think he'd be stupid not to take it. So I think we're going to end up with Kapka as our assistant offensive coordinator and passing game coordinator. I think it's a brilliant move. I hate it for Patriots fans that Drake May hurt his shoulder and they're talking about he might not be able to play next week in the Super Bowl. I'm amazed that anybody that's a Patriots fan hasn't mentioned that yet. That broke this morning. Talk about gifting it. Josh Dobbs would be your starting quarterback in the Super Bowl versus Sam Darnold in the Seahawks defense. That'd be a game over. It is ironic. And I actually had a Patriots guy the other night say he didn't think it made a difference in the game. Oh, I actually do. Drew Pensig is a running genius, and that's something we need to have happen. We need to get back to running the ball, and he will help with that. You know why? Because everybody talked about it. No pre-snap motion, Morton. That's one of the things Drew Pensing does a lot of, whether it's 12, 13, or the normal 11-man formation. Whether it's shotgun or a run and shoot or the wildcat, he uses pre-snap motion. Now, Megamind is Drew Pensing. Dr. Evil is Kafka. We talked about this. You put them together and you end up with Uncle Fester. Woohoo! An evil genius that likes to blow shit up. Let's hope that our offense blows up. How's that? It's also good just in case, let's say we have a great year. Kafka's sitting there as the assistant OC. Henson gets an OC job. Promotion. Henson leaves to become a head coach next year or vice versa. We're going to have one or the other. One will be a lateral move. The other one would be a promotion. I think it's preparing. Hey, good afternoon, Joey Uso. Good to see you, brother. When are you guys going to get an OC? Brian Dable signed him with the Titans. That just broke. Yeah, I know. It's sad. Uncle Bob will never see it, but he saw a championship in his lifetime because he's old enough to remember 57. YouTube man, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to apply for the job. Yeah, I mean, you guys, everybody's going to be gone. Mike McDaniels went to South Carolina. We got Pensing and Kafka. Um, who's left? Monken went to the Giants. Our guy, our assistant head coach and passing game coordinator, Scottie Montgomery, and wide receivers running backs coach is going to, he's interviewing with Baltimore today. I don't know if there's much left out there. Josh Gannon, I believe, is being hired as the Packers defensive coordinator. You lost your defensive back and defensive passing game coordinator to the Dallas Cowboys as their defensive coordinator. And I thought, and I'm sorry, I think that's a very, very smart move. But it is that time. It's that time of the day where I have no more news to talk about. Just everything that broke, and we covered it. Go ahead. Who knows? I'd be afraid to. Say you're saying there, Mr. MDE. I think he says, oh, yeah, mommy, daddy. No, I'm not trading back that far. So Caleb Lumu's there at the 17th pick. I know we talked to Proctor. This is Alava Vega Ion, also known as Vega, if I remember right. I did remember right. 6'4", 330-pound offensive guard out of Penn State. I don't think we need a guard. I think Frazier or Mahogany will be fine at left guard, and Tate Ratledge did just fine at right guard. Let's see what they say about Caleb Lumu. Okay. I'll take Caleb. Rank higher. Why not? Green Bay. Ooh. Kind of like this. I'm taking it. We need a third round pick. I'm rejecting that. There he is. Logan. And here comes Anthony Lucas, maybe. No. Nope. Ooh. Conte Corleone. You're lying. Nah. The linebacker. Oh, there we go. Tariq Sapp. You crack me up with your sayings. I love it. Now I want you to look at this guy. 6'3" and 194. And this is the guy they talked about at Washington that's better than the other guy I usually take, Decario Davis. For some reason, he's ranked lower here. I'm grabbing him. Okay. Next pick is 222. Offense. OG. Campbell. Jack Strand. Nine picks. I like it. Didn't overdo it with the trades. I made one trade in the second round and still got both the players I wanted there. That MDE wants. He loves it when I get that guy creeping up the board. This just in: if you write for Pinterest as a paid guy, yeah, he's not. Yeah, I got three: Logan Jones, Parker Brailsworth, and Pat Coogan at center. So let's load that up. Let's see what we got here. Did I not save it? Crapola. I didn't save it. There we go. Now let's get back to my normal view. There we go. And this is our latest monstrosity. In the first round, we went Caleb Lomu. He was the 12th pick overall at 17, so that is definitely good value for the pick. Logan Jones at 61 at the back end of the second round from trading back from 50. Picked up the 93rd pick, which I got safety Jalen Kilgore. At 118, I took Tariq Sapp, a nephew of, yes, that Sapp out of Florida. Ephesians Price Sock out of Washington, a 6'4" corner at 198 pounds. Riley Nowakowski, the tight end / fullback from Indiana. We saw him rush and receive a touchdown in that national championship game. Kendall Daniels out of Oklahoma, the 6'5", 242-foot-pound linebacker / safety called the cheetah position, which Oklahoma developed as an in-the-box safety / linebacker blitzer. The offensive guard, DJ Campbell out of Texas. He's 6'6", 326 pounds. And the 6'5", 240-pound athletic quarterback, Jack Strand out of MSU Moorhead. Yes, there we go. There's a little tongue twister of a comment. I love it. Let's hope the sap doesn't fall far from the tree as the player, not a human, and that he doesn't explode in the cold weather like the trees. Brilliant.
Nice.
So I think that was a very solid draft. This has been another episode of Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. I will be on again tomorrow at noon, but I will be having a shorter show than usual because tomorrow is Uncle Bob's funeral, and I plan on getting up there a little early. God bless every single one of you. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. And much love to the Atlanta Hawks Network 24/7 that sent me the picture, that subscribed to my channel. I subscribe to them. Yeah, that's okay, RBF. What do you think of that draft? I'll go through it one time. Caleb Lomu, Logan Jones, Jalen Kilgore, Tariq Sapp, Ephesians Prysock, Riley Nowakowski, Kendall Daniels, DJ Campbell, and Jack Strand. I basically hit all the PowerPoints, and after what I saw that was tweeted out or IG'd out by David Montgomery, I don't think he's going anywhere. He doesn't want to go anywhere. So it's up to Brad Holmes to trade him away. Brent DeWitt, one pride worldwide, 100%. My thoughts are Pensig is a running first offensive coordinator. They just got him probably the best passing game coordinator they could have got him. The guy that was the QB coach for 5 years to Pat Mahomes during those Super Bowl runs. One Mr. Mike Kafka. And I'm glad we got him, that they signed him as senior offensive assistant for now. I'm quite sure he'll be promoted to passing game coordinator and assistant head coach or assistant OC real soon. Thank you for choosing Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. That QR code up here in the corner is the link. It's a Division 2 or 3 school. I had to see his game film on closed caption. I just know in high school, Jack Strand, MSU Moorhead, is a training school for Vegas. But that's for the Bunny Ranch, not the Showgirls. Love you guys. Have a blessed day, everybody. As I always say, try to make sure you're a better person than the day before, because that's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Love every one of you. Have a blessed day, everybody.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.